Welcome to today's session on the Business Club or the Entrepreneurs Club. Today, we're going to talk about the different types of businesses. And we talk about different types of businesses. Some of you already are very focused. Some of you, you have this amazing talented cooking and you just want to start a restaurant and you're very focused on what you want. Maybe you're good in driving, you have your CDLE truck driving license and you want to start your own trucking company. And so some of us have a very clear vision. Other people might say, you know what? I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to start a business. I'm not sure what kind of different opportunities out there. So we want to kind of pinpoint a few businesses that people normally get into and how we could be successful in our businesses. So the first one, or some of the areas, and we're just going to throw some random areas and just for you to kind of start thinking and considering different businesses. The first one is logistics. Logistics means basically transportation, moving things. So an example of that will be trucking. Maybe you want to get your own truck or, and be involved in some kind of logistics, or maybe you want to be a dispatcher. So there's different things within the trucking industry and logistics. Maybe you want to get into limos, where you want to have limos and transportation, limos for different events and limos. There's a lot of embassies over the summertime and vacations. And when someone is sick and so on, that will call and say, hey, we need X amount of limos. And so you can really grow that into something that's very interesting. You can create your own transportation company within cities. There's a lot of smaller apps such as Uber and Lyft, but usually smaller people within a given city, they will create that app and you'll find people within the city more likely to use something that's more related to them and make a lot of money. There's medical transportation, kind of the vans that drive, elderly people and to their appointments and doctor appointments and so on and so forth. So that's called logistics, transportation. Another form is brokerages. So you're going to find a lot of people, especially if you have you're in high school or college, or if you have family members at that age, that a lot of people now are doing crypto and stocks and options. So that's a whole different ballgame that's out there to us. A third one is distribution. Distribution is a lot of times there's companies that have products out there. So when you go to the store, whether it's beauty products, whether it's soaps, whether it's let's say, just simple Colgate, my toothpaste. And I'm just going to throw numbers just to simplify the math. Let's say a normal Colgate toothpaste is for $10. If I go to Colgate and say, okay, or P&G and whatever, and basically say, I want to buy 1,000 of those every month. And I want to sell it on your behalf. So what they would do is they'll bring down the price from $10 to, let's say, $7. So now I could go on Amazon and have my own store. I can go on, Shopify. I can go to different stores locally and so on and so forth, and now sell it for $8 or $8.50. So they're more likely to buy it from me as a distributor than buy it from the actual source because they're saving money and I'm going to be making money. Also, a lot of the time, they can rebrand it for you. So you can go to a lot of those beauty products and different products that you see in your grocery stores and so on. And I can go to Colgate and say, okay, same toothpaste, but instead of Colgate, I want you to write my name, Bashir, on it. So Bashir Paste. And they'll do that. And all I have to do is just start marketing it. So, being a distributor and also to have your products rebranded is something that's very easy, much easier than people think that it is. And if it's something that you enjoy doing, by all means, you can go into it. Another type of business is the food industry, generally speaking. A lot of you cook very good. You can start your own restaurant. A lot of us could package foods that people can sell. We can have niches. So there's some people that, again, a lot of healthy people, you're going to find a van driving around town during the day and delivering special packages for them. It doesn't cost more than $1 or $2, but they buy a meal for like $12, $13, $14 because it's organic, because it has more protein, because it has this or that. So there's different ways we can get into the food industry and do different things. Another form of business is marketing. A lot of you naturally have social media talent. You're always on Instagram, you're always on Facebook and so on. Guess what? Now we could make money out of that because there's a lot of attorneys, there are a lot of medical offices and doctors and so on, and they need more patients, they need more customers. So what do they need? They need someone like yourself that's going to build them websites and social media, put them on Facebook, put them on Instagram and get that ball rolling. You can charge them for the website. You can charge them for that as an upfront fee. It could be a monthly fee, or you can charge them by visits. So whenever that person visits, because they came through the website that you developed or the social media that you're an influencer in, that you can get some part of that. So there's different ways to kind of do that. Another form of business is education. Education, a lot of people never think about it as a source of income, but you can make so much money as an educator. A lot of people in high school and college struggle with algebra. I mean, you could tutor algebra online and make crazy money, and all you have to do is set up appointments and so on and so forth. Maybe you know a language, you speak Spanish, you speak Arabic, and you can teach that. And so you'll find that there's a lot of ways that you can make money online, scheduling things, and then you can get your own friends to work under you that are educating and teaching and so on and so forth. Though it's a very powerful form. If you're in IT, you can get into things such as professional services. You can get into things such as consulting. You can get into IT training. So there's a lot of big things there. Another thing is retail. So retail is where you're selling. You have a store and you're selling something, regardless of what the product is. Retail, again, is kind of a general form of business that could be very profitable. One other thing is fashion. Fashion is as big as this world. You can make so much, out of it. And again, there's different designs. There's simple things that you could change, maybe with kids and what they wear, or just different age groups or different groups. You can come up with a niche. You can come up with a different kind of design for something, and next thing you know, you're making large amounts of money. There's a sister online. I think she has tens of thousands of followers on Instagram, and she designed like a swimwear for the woman that wears the hijab, waterproof, and so on. And she's making a lot of money out of it. So you can come with something that's very simple, that's very whatever, and you'll find people to kind of follow that. Another form of business would be services. Services is where you can come up with something. Maybe you do taxes. You're an accountant, so you can have your own place where you do taxes for people. Maybe you're an attorney or a legal assistant. Again, you can give legal advice. Maybe you're a real estate agent, and you can find you can become your own broker, or you find a broker and you work under them to kind of do real estate and so on and so forth. So there's a lot more ideas. I haven't touched on even some of them, but just to kind of get us sparked and thinking about it, but there's a lot more types of businesses. To name a few, there's advertising, there's communications, there's creative industries, entertainment, fashion, information technology, infrastructure, light industry, materials, publishing. So there's a lot more, but hopefully this kind of gets the ball rolling so we can kind of think of a couple of things that we can do. I wish you the best of luck and see you in the next episode.